and plan to avoid going into debt this holiday season.
Yeah, Richmond money expert Jeremy Shipp is here with us today to help set us on the right path. Hi, Jeremy.
Hi, Cheryl.
I read something just yesterday that said that the average American will spend about $800 on Christmas. That's a big chunk of money.
Sure is. And that's a big chunk. What I like to say is the goal is to try and avoid the January spending hangover, if you will. So maybe compare Christmas to a night out on the town. Well, when that happens, we want to try and be responsible so we don't wake up the next day with a headache and a hole in our wallet. Well, the same kind of thing relates to Christmas in January. Sometimes we wake up in January, so to speak, we're looking at it, we broke the bank, and now we're looking at our credit card statement, and that could cause a pretty big headache there. So I think the biggest thing is trying to understand what are we actually going to spend at Christmas time. The simplest way to do that is let's look at how much we spent last Christmas, okay? Then we can start to adjust and look at, is that going to be realistic for this year? Do we need to up that, lower it, something? But at least it's going to give us a number to kind of put it into our budget, or what I like to call our spending plan, so we know what we're going to spend this year.
A generation or so ago, they had Christmas clubs and things like that where you'd save all year long for Christmas. I don't think folks do a lot of that anymore just because the budgets are so tight.
That's right, but it is really important, and if you can, once you establish sort of the budget or what you're going to spend, and then you look at when you're going to be spending it and kind of set up a buying timeline, if you will. I mean, there's no rule that says you have to wait to the last minute, those last 2 weeks of December, to buy all your presents.
Wait, there's no rule?
I mean, there really isn't, Bill. I mean, it's hard to believe, but if you kind of, establish a timeline and buy your presents throughout the year, you can take advantage of some really great deals. So this time of year, we've got Labor Day coming up. Right around the corner is your back to school specials. Think about that. You maybe get some Christmas clothing for some nieces, nephews, grandparents, maybe a computer, tablet, something like that. But if you do it that way, you're still getting the same gifts for your family, the same value, but sometimes you're getting them at a 30, 40% discount. So you're getting the exact same amount of presents and gifts and joy and everything, but you're doing it for a lot cheaper, a lot less money, and that's really the bottom line.
Yeah, I do like a good bargain.
That's right.
I'll tell you about that. And now the sad thing is that there are people who are still paying for last year's Christmas even now here in July. So the idea is not to be doing that next year.
That's right. And so it comes down to let's try and get started. Okay, picture a kid in his piggy bank. All right. So we've got this kid and he's got this empty little piggy bank. We're thinking there's no way he's ever going to fill that up, but come the end of the summer, sure enough, he's got a full piggy bank of change there. Okay, the thing is, if the kids can do it, we can do it, all right? And the main thing is just getting started. That's always the hardest part, is that first step of getting started. Start small, it's gonna grow over time, but then we're gonna have that cash on hand and available to spend and take advantage of those deals throughout the year, so that, I mean, imagine this. You get to December, all your gifts are bought, all your presents are done, they're wrapped under the tree. You haven't given them to them early. Cheryl, you got to put them away. You can't do that, but so you have them there. And I mean, think about a December that's relaxed, enjoyable. You're not rushing around, anxious, nervous, trying to get everything done. You can actually enjoy the holiday season and Christmas for what it's supposed to be, which is joy and love and fellowship with our friends and family.
That's my goal every year, but it doesn't seem to happen that way. I'm at the last minute scramble.
There always are some little things you want to get, you see at the end, but get the major stuff out of the way.
Is this kind of like making a list of, like, Cheryl wants a new tablet and Jeremy wants this, and then actually thinking about it? And like you said, I never even thought about back to school, but if she wants a tablet, they're going to be on sale in August and September.
That's probably the best time of the year, the best sale to get those types of electronics and devices. And I mean, even 3-year-olds now have tablets.
Yeah,
right.
They know how to use them better than I do.
And that's right. They swipe. I mean, they know how to swipe before they understand faces now. But yeah, so putting a little list together and starting to keep that track. So on my phone, I have a little tab note-taking little app that I keep track of gifts for everybody all along the year, and I just erase them once I get gifts for them. So keeping track of that. But yeah, using all these tips along the way, I think will help you not break the bank when it comes to Christmas. But if you keep that piggy bank in mind, you'll actually be able to break into your piggy bank each year and enjoy doing it.
And one of the nice things too is a lot of retailers have that Christmas in July mentality. So they're having sales right now. So the idea is to buy while you have money, or buy now and then pay it off by Christmas. It's all about planning, right?
It really is. Getting it, that's every time I come, we're always talking about trying to get that plan together and putting it there. So again, just avoiding those last minute deals, trying to go out and get everything, because that is really when we're stretched and maybe we feel a little guilty because we haven't gotten things done. That's just another reason why we maybe overspend.
I mentioned the generation ago Christmas club. Some stores are starting layaways again. That's come back into fashion again.
Well, with the way the retail industry is, they're doing anything and everything they can to encourage some spending and some shopping. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're starting to bring back some other things. But yeah, whatever it is as far as getting things early and then being able to pay on them, so that you don't get that big old January hangover in the form of a large credit card bill.
Right, and again, that deal that you got, maybe 10 or 15% off, is not a deal when you're still paying on it 6 or 7 months later.
That's right. 10% deal, paying 15% on your credit card, that doesn't really balance out too well. Yeah, exactly.
Not at all. Well, thank you for celebrating Christmas in July with us. You must
Merry
have left the gifts behind, Jeremy.
All right, for more information on the topic, we'll post a link on our website by early this afternoon at WTVR.com/VTR.